get you guys all back here. I hope I can get you all back. I lost you all. I don't know if I'm gonna get you back. Oh, I got one person back. 3 people back. Yay. I got a phone call and it completely locked up my camera. Hi, Melissa. Were you all in my last thing? Hope you'll come back. Hi, Terry. I don't know. I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb and then it rang. And of course it looked like it was one of those spam callers. I'm good, Melissa, thank you. This is the second part of a live. I lost connection to YouTube. So there's another part of the live and it was me going live on my Juki, testing out some new vinyls. What was I saying before I got cut off? What was I talking about? You missed the first part? Okay, it'll be posted. You can go back and check that out. We were just chatting about industrials now. Glad you're back. You were just getting ready to answer about learning curve. Okay, learning curve from industrial, or from domestic to industrial, and about waterproof canvas. I'm all over the place, aren't I? Just talking about everything at once. It took me about a week and a half to get used to my Titan and to become one with the machine. Now I'm one with the machine. That's what I was saying. Central Sewing has now set me up on an ambassador program. So if anybody wants a Titan machine and you use my name and say you've learned about it on my YouTube channel, I get a little bit of a kickback. I said, they didn't even have to pay me. It would just be for store credit for stuff like threads and needles and other sewing machines if I wanted another one. So if you are in the market for a Titan machine and you're thinking about doing it, they're in Edmonton, Alberta. They do ship all over North America, in the US and Canada. Please, please, please use my name. But you don't have to. But yeah, it just gets me a little bit, gets me some free stuff, which I like. And you know, I 100% endorse Titan machines because I do love them. But the learning curve, yeah, it took me about a week and a half to 10 days. My admin, Rhonda, ended up getting the same machine as me. And I was so glad that I had mine at that point for about 3 or 4 months, maybe 6 months in there. And I was able to help her through part of it. A lot of it is the tension. Industrial machines, tension goes out all the time depending on what materials you were using. A lot of the time I'm always doing sample things like this just to be able to see my stitches so I can adjust my tension. I'm really good at reading my stitches now to know what I need to, whether it's the bobbin I need to adjust or if it's the top thread or what have you. So if anybody gets a Titan, shoot me an email or get me on social media and I'm pretty sure I can help you through anything like that. But yeah, so I am part of the ambassador referral program there just as of this week. So if you want a Titan, check out Central Sewing and use my name so I can get some free thread. That would be awesome. And I don't remember what I was saying about waterproof canvas. I'm sorry. It's gone out of my head. I don't use it. I use it to make duffel bags. I don't use it for linings. But again, that's my own preference. I like pretty cottons. I didn't get everybody back, but I got some of you back, so that's good. Yes, that you don't use it. Exactly. Mind you, I have had customers request it, and of course, if they request it, I will use it. But it's just not my... The only thing I really like about it is that I don't have to interface it. But I like there to be a little bit of something. Myself, yeah. All right. Any other questions about anything? I will make sure in both videos to put a link to the Central Sewing website. Again, that is not a sales thing. I'm just saying they have offered me this. I have recommended the Titan to so many people before even being part of it. One of my admins is included, just because I truly do love the machine. But yeah, it's just an added perk for me. I don't get paid to do my tutorials. I don't get, yeah, it's all pretty much volunteer. YouTube does pay me a very small part for the monetization, but trust me, it's not enough to live on. It's enough to buy more vinyl from Galaxy Customs or something, pretty much. Yeah. So my goal for the end of the month is 6,000 subscribers. As of this morning, I was at 5,753, I believe. So I've got 2 weeks to get to 6,000. So if you haven't already, please do subscribe. Do me a solid, help me out. Oh, cocoa beans. School's out. I live on the same street as a high school, and she will just bark at all the kids walking by. She's guarding the house. But yeah, end of year goal is 7,500. So I can't do it without all of you. So share my channel and help me out. I like to be able to be more visible, and I don't know. I'm very goal driven. So yeah. Anyway, so the rest of the week I am finishing a Moonwake bag, and then I'm going to make 3 or 4 of these for my last fair of the year. Actually, I have a little fair again in December, but it's just a little itty bitty one. But this fair that I'm doing is a really big one. So I want to have a whole bunch of these made because they are just gorgeous. All right. Well, I guess we are going to call it. Everybody's quiet. We had such a big group in there and I lost everybody because of that phone call. That's okay. I will go live when my cylinder arm machine does. Well, I don't know about live. I'll make video when my cylinder arm machine does arrive, and then I will go live when I'm learning how to use her, and I can share all of that with you if that's something you would want to see. I'm super excited. Again, I've made room for her. My Juki and all my other machines are up on a shelf. I have to put them on a shelf and bring them out to my cutting area now if I want to use them. It's the only way. I can't have them all set up anymore. I don't have room. Do I name machines? Yes. My Elna is just Elna. My Titan I named Tiffany, and I have to come up with my cylinder arm machine. This here is a Juki 2010Q, Melissa. Again, if you catch my other live that got cut off, that is part of this live, I was testing some vinyl, new vinyl from Galaxy Custom on a domestic machine. My cylinder arm, my Titan cylinder arm, I don't know what I'm going to name her. What do you guys think I should name her? I was thinking like Cindy cylinder arm, but that might be lame. Sally. I don't know. So my Juki and my Elna, they're just pretty names, so I just call them Juki and Elna. My car's name is Stella. I have a 2015 Volkswagen Jetta, and her name's Stella. My husband's Harley that ended up being in that accident written off, he had her name was Quinn. What is the machine? The cylinder. My cylinder arm is a Titan TN 1341 Ultra. It should be here anytime. So it was supposed to be here Monday, but with all the flooding in the BC area, everything is just delayed because all the highways are closed off. But yeah, so I'm excited. So the Titan TN 1341 is the same as my Titan TN 1541. The only difference is it's a cylinder arm. You never heard of a Titan? I believe it is most similar to a Thor machine. Titan may be a Canadian company. I'm not 100% sure. When I got my Titan, I was originally looking for a Juki 1541S, which Central Sewing does sell as well. So again, if you go looking for one, please just give my name so I get some free thread or some free store credit. That would be awesome. And the Titan was a little bit cheaper for a little more machine than the Juki or the Juki 1541S. They're slightly different, but very similar. I think most machines that are labeled 1541S are quite similar. But my Titan, I think, was about $600 cheaper than the Juki was. So I'm all about being thrifty and getting the same kind of machine for a little bit cheaper, and I do not regret getting my Titan at all. And with my cylinder arm being a Titan, again, it's the exact same machine. It's going to, I'm not going to have to learn how to thread it or how to read the tension or how to adjust the tension. I'm going to know how to do that. I think the main learning curve with the cylinder arm is going to be learning how to use the actual cylinder arm part of it, because it won't be laying on a table like I'm used to. It is an industrial. This one is not. This is a heavy duty domestic, or some call it a semi-industrial. This is the Juki 2010Q. This is what I used before I got my industrial. Any other questions? Any other questions about switching to an industrial machine? Said if you've got the means to do it and you make a ton of bags, you won't regret switching to an industrial. I mean, my Juki is awesome too. I made bags on it for 2 years and never ever had a complaint. It just was so much easier on my industrial. I didn't have to worry about thicknesses so much or what I could or couldn't sew through. I mean, you can figure out what your machine can handle, and the industrial just could go through anything. My cylinder arm will be really good when I'm actually doing leather bags as well. You're new to bag making. What kind of machine do you have, Melissa? A Juki 2010Q is an awesome machine for beginner to expert bag makers, to be honest. A Jonomi. Oh, I'm not very familiar with Jonomis. I know I have a friend. What does she have? HD9, I think it is. My friend Lisa has the HD9, and she's a bag maker here in Kamloops as well, and she likes that machine very much for her bag making. So yeah, I have Coco sitting in my sewing room over there staring at me. Coco, it's not supper time until 4 o'clock. You have 1 more hour. She's gonna walk behind me here now. She's mad at me because she wants to eat now, but it's not supper time yet. Yeah. Anyways, any other questions? I'm so sorry the first video cut off. You sound like me with my dog. My dogs are my babies. Oh, what kind of dog is Sebastian, Terry? Said Coco is a black and tan coonhound. She was a rescue. We got her when she was 4 years old. My little dog Benny, okay, Coco is 10. My little dog Benny is almost 15. He was a rescue. We got him at 1 year. I was fostering him. He had come from a puppy mill. He was considered a designer dog called a Doug, which is a Dachshund and a Pug cross. Does not make the smartest dog, but makes a pretty cute dog. But he was pretty abused at that puppy mill. So I fostered him and helped him through a surgery, as one of his legs used to drag behind him. So they did a knee surgery on him. And after having him for those 3 months of rehabilitation, I couldn't let him go. He became my baby. He was 9 months to a year at that point, and now he's 15. So he's been with me a long, long time. He's pretty blind. I think he just sees shapes, and he's completely deaf now, but he's still holding in there. But yeah, I love my fur babies. I do. Anyways, any other questions about the Juki or Galaxy custom vinyls? Aw, yes, Terry, rescue dogs are the best. They come with their little quirks, and they may not be the perfect dog, but the right kind of person knows how to just accept them for who they are. And we've had 1, 2, 3, 4. The Coco was our 5th rescue. So our first dog Dave and I got together was a puppy. It was our lab. And then after that, we had another black and tan coonhound named Cassie that we rescued. And then we rescued a beagle. And all these dogs live to be 13, 14 years old. I've only had the 1 puppy though. So threads I use. I said for the previous part of this live, when I got cut off by the phone, I am just using a Gutermann 100% polyester all-purpose thread in my Juki to do those on. I like to use a Tex 45, but I don't have it. I have tons of Orfil 40 weight that I used to use in my bag making before my industrial on this, but that was cotton, and I don't think cotton was the best thing. So if it was polyester, it would have been better. On my industrial machine, I use a Tex 70 to a Tex 90. Right now, I am testing out a brand called, I can't pronounce it, Aman, A-M-A-A-N. You can get it at Cleaner Supply or Waywack, I believe. I got mine from Cleaner Supply, and I am just loving it. I think I'm going to order some Tex 90 of that same brand for my cylinder arm, just to get a nice thicker thread for my top stitching when I'm doing that on that machine. But that's what I use, nylon, polyester, bonded, whichever way those words go around. That's what I use. Yep. Any other questions? Said on my Juki here, I use a Microtex needle. On my industrials, I usually primarily use a size 18 needle, but depending on the vinyls and if it's leather or whatever, I have gone up to a size 20 to 21. I think I just answered that, Carrie, the needle sizes for my machines. So yeah, my industrial machine, I primarily use the size 18. I think my Microtex, I want to say it's like 90 over, I don't even remember what the sizes are, 90 over 14 or something. I use Orifal and cheapo thread, depends on the machine I'm using. You know what? Get one spool, Terry, get one spool of Tex 45 and see what it does. Yeah. I like my Tex thread. Do you use bobbin fill? What's bobbin fill? I just use the same thread I'm using in the machine to fill my bobbins. I don't buy pre-filled bobbins. Is that what you're saying? Excuse me, well, my coffee is getting very cold. Yeah, but no, I fill all mine. All my machines have bobbin winders on them, so yeah, I don't ever use pre-filled bobbins. I fill them myself, and then the thread matches. I usually, for my industrial, I will wind 4 bobbins for each bag. It's thicker threads, so you go through it faster. So I always try to have them ready, and I have magnets on my machine that I just stick my bobbins to, so they're easy access when I need them. Any other questions? I'm just so glad people came on. My last live on Monday, it was so quiet, but I went on quite early in the morning, and I think that might have been the problem. Thank you so much. Love your videos. I learned so much. Thank you, Carrie. I enjoy teaching. So yeah, feel free to always ask questions. Again, if I'm not on a live and you have a question, shoot me an email. I'll put that all down in the description below. It's in the description of most of my videos. And I will, and you can always get me on social media, Beans, Bags, and Handicraft Co. I think it's at Beans Bag without the S for Facebook. Thank you, Terry. I'm glad you found my channel too. I said, Melissa, I'm trying to do more lives. Again, I'm quite shy, and I'm always scared my lives are going to be boring, or I get really chatty when I get nervous. So if I'm chatty, I apologize. But yeah, catch me on social media. I do have a bag makers group as well. Feel free to join. You just go to my business page and click join group, and you can join there. I usually have all those linked in descriptions of all my videos where you need to go to join that group. You can't tell I'm shy. I'm really good at faking it, hey? How did you get into bag making? Okay, so I've only been sewing for 4 years. It all started with I wanted to learn how to quilt and make Christmas stockings for my family 4 years ago. So that's when I went to Walmart and bought my first sewing machine, which was a $200, I think it was not even like $175 or whatever from Walmart. And a bunch of the Walmart like fat quarters and everything. And it started with quilting. I made about 6 or 7 quilts for my family, and I made giant 4-foot stockings for all of us. And then I ended up finding Sarah Lawson of Sew Sweetness's channel on YouTube, and I started watching them, and I'm like, wow, I want to make bags. I never ever wanted to make bags before then, but It all started with Sarah. I have all of her books and she has signed them and everything like that. And that's one of the reasons why I got the Juki 2010Q, because in all of her tutorials, she had the Juki 2010Q. She was the only YouTuber I had watched. You're doing a great job. Nice figs. Thanks, Judy. I appreciate it. And then, so yeah, so I started doing that and then just selling to my friends or whatever. That was back when I would sell a bag for only like $50. I wasn't selling for what else. I was just selling it for the cost of materials. And then 2 years ago, I don't know, time's going so fast. 3 years ago, 2 years ago, I don't know. I actually ended up going for a partial hysterectomy, and I was on bed rest for 8 weeks and bored out of my mind. And that's when I discovered Lauren Marmineau's channel, which even inspired me more. Sarah's patterns are awesome, but Lauren's are a completely different style as well. And I learned different things from both of them. So, Lauren is what inspired me to want to get an industrial machine myself, because she's got the Juki 1181. Actually, she's got her Texo cylinder arm now too. And she's got a Juki, I don't think it's the 2010, but it's close to it. So I binge watched, she got me through my bed rest period. I binge watched all of her stuff. It started with the pandemic and I was making masks for the community. Lauren and Sarah are awesome. So, oh yes, she does have an H9 now too. She got that when she went to the Sew Expo. So Lauren and I are now Facebook friends and everything, and we chat every now and again. I really, she's such a sweetheart. Quilting got me going. Had no experience with Sarah, was my first as well. Yes, Sarah was my first teacher. Absolutely she was. And do you know what? I would email her questions and she would answer them. Sarah was so awesome. She still is. So just before the pandemic hit, I was still working full-time. I've only been doing this full-time since last November. So 1 year ago, actually last week, that I started doing this full-time. But just before the pandemic hit, I was offered to teach a few classes for a little at a quilt shop in Kelowna, which is about 2.5 hours from Kamloops, doing a bag making class. And I love teaching. Everyone looks, bag making community is awesome. It truly is, Terry. And I was super excited to do that. Like, I'm like, yay. I mean, I have been a bookkeeper and an admin person for like 20 years. I originally went to school to become a teacher, but didn't finish because for my generation, following the baby boomers, there weren't going to be that many teaching jobs, and I wanted to be able to do that. So I got my Bachelor of Arts, but I didn't finish my Bachelor of Education. I used to teach music, piano, flute, and organ in my early 20s. So I've always loved to teach. So when I couldn't go and do that, I was thinking that I was going to just start teaching. I was going to approach all of the quilt shops here and around the Thompson Okanagan here in BC. But then the pandemic hit and it didn't happen. And I was super bummed about it, like so bummed. And then about a year and a half ago, I decided, why don't I just try on YouTube? Like Lauren does and like Sarah does. And that's what actually started it. It was actually Lauren really inspired me, because she's such a down-to-earth person. And yeah, she would answer questions live. Yes, Terry, the quilting and bag making. Yes, they are awesome. So if you want to see my first tutorial, it is on this channel. It was the Nora Doctor bag by Swoon. My tutorials have come a long way. They've come a long way even in the last 3 months. But yeah, I think that tutorial is almost 4 hours long. It is on my Titan. It was one of the first bags I did on my Titan. So I started doing the tutorials when I got my Titan. So 2 years ago, year and a half ago, I don't know, whatever the date is on that tutorial. And then it just has kind of taken off from there. November last year, I lost my job due to COVID, and my husband said, why don't you just give it a go at making bags and all that? And then I ended up getting monetized on YouTube. Again, I don't make very much on YouTube. I get a little bit of money, but not very much. My tutorials take me 3 days to make. Even though a bag may only take 4 to 6 hours, the tutorials take a long time. It's a lot of work, but I truly love doing it. And I want to inspire people the way Lauren and Sarah inspired me. So I hope I'm doing a good job. I'm trying really hard. So that is my bag making journey. So now I make bags, take custom orders full time. I am booked fully right to the end of March. I'm taking orders for April for my custom at 2 bags a week, and a tutorial a week is what I'm doing. And yeah, that's what I do. And I get to work from home, which is funny because my children are all grown up now and they don't need me to be home, but now I'm home. But my fur babies need me. Like Benny's down at my feet right now. So yeah, so that's my story. Long-winded, I know. Any other questions? Quilting, I honestly haven't quilted since the day I started making bags. Do you design bags? Melissa, I don't think I'm talented enough to design bags. That is a long-term goal. I'm just not there yet. You're doing a great job. Thanks for sharing. Oh, thank you. It's because of you I don't give up. Oh, Carrie, if you ever get frustrated, shoot me a message on social media. Send me an email. I like to help. I am a people pleaser, and I will help you any way that I can. If I can. I like to show, as you notice in my tutorials, I like to show my mistakes. The majority of my tutorials, like 9 out of 10 of my tutorials, is my first time doing that pattern because I don't really want to have practice making that bag. I want to experience where confusion may happen and how I overcome any mistakes that maybe happen, because we all make those mistakes when we're first doing a pattern. So if I practice doing a bag 4 or 5 times, I've overcome all that already, and you guys aren't going to learn. Well, you may learn a little bit from it, but I think you learn more from mistakes than not. Now for the Shambhala patterns, I don't make very many mistakes with that because I have made so many Shambhala patterns and I know how her bags go together so easy. I am now working with so many other designers. I think I have like 17 or 18 that I'm working with now that are booking spots with me to be able to do their tutorials. The only thing I get from doing their tutorials is a free pattern. And if I don't like the pattern, if I start doing it and I don't like it, I won't do the tutorial. Hi, Brandy. Enjoy watching your videos. It's nice to learn from a Canadian girl. So what are you making today? Yay, Canadians. I love all my friends, but Brandy, I bet you can make a bag design. Start small. We would love to see it. It's on my bucket list. I have a sketchbook of a whole bunch, but I just haven't been able to go. I just haven't been able to make that jump yet. I'm not there yet. I said I have only been doing this for 4 years, so I tend to be a perfectionist. Me too. Okay, so I am making a moonwake bag. Hi, thank you for all you do. I'm always looking forward to your next one. I have one coming tonight. It's the new Sew Yours Patterns one. It will be releasing at 9 p.m. Pacific time, midnight Eastern time. So watch for that. And then I have another one, but I can't, I missed what you just said there, Carrie. If you could say it again, I'm sorry. There's another one coming out. You can actually see part of it, right? It's this black one here, but you can't see what the bag is. That's another one I'm super excited about. The tutorial is done. I'm just waiting for the designer to say, yay, go put it live. So hopefully this weekend. So I've got 2 coming out this week. I just don't know when this one right here is coming out, but I'm really excited to show you this. It's different than anything I've ever made. I've never seen anything like it. I'm so excited. Can you tell? Super excited. Anyways, I'm currently making a moonwake bag for a client in the island. I shouldn't say client. She's actually my second cousin, but she is a client. She's purchased this. So yeah, I'm making a moonwake bag in Mora Bordeaux faux leather from Emmeline Bags. This is, I just have it all in pieces. And I have, all the straps are kind of, oops, they're not, I'm not nearly done. Thanks for your teaching. I am so glad I found your channel. I'm glad you found my channel too. As I say, again, see, I start talking about everything. This is not my channel. This is our channel. And if you guys have anything I can do to make it better, it's the only way I'm going to grow. I took into consideration a whole bunch of comments and suggestions, and over the last 2.5 months, you've probably noticed that my tutorial style has changed. I'm now doing voiceover. I have a white background on my table so you can better see the pieces. I find when I do the voiceover, I'm not as tongue-tied. I am a little bit. You do hear me go blah, blah sometimes. But I find that with the voiceover and being able to watch it back, I'm better able to describe what I'm doing. Where do you get your patterns? Melissa, I get my patterns from so many different designers. If you go through my tutorials, you see a bag you like, and you look down in the descriptions, you're going to see a link to all of the patterns there that you can go. I love lavender and twine. That's one of my favorites. They're the one company. You like the voiceover? Good. That's good feedback. They're one company. They do their own tutorials, and Erica does an amazing job with their tutorials. They come with the patterns, but that's what this Moonwake bag is. I love all of the lavender and twine. I can't do a tutorial. I do have some Meet the Bags videos on them though, if you want to go check out. I have a Meet the Bags for the Root in Asia. I have a Meet the Bags for the Moonwake. I have one for the Apricot and for the Zephyr. I still have to make the, oh, I'm not going to say this right, Alalula, Alua, Alalula. Do you guys know what I'm trying to say? It's one of the lavender and twine ones, Alula. And then she's got a new one called the Celesta that I haven't made yet. So I got 2 lavender and twine bags to still try to make. Alalula, I don't know how to say it. I have a tutorial for all of the Aura Rosa patterns ones. Those are amazing. That's what this bag is if it had handles. This is the Erica Bowler bag. A lot of these patterns are binding finish. Don't let it scare you. It's not that hard. I was mortified of binding finish until I discovered Aura Rosa. And yeah, since making her bags and following her patterns, I am all about binding finishes. And then we all know my current favorite designer is Sewn Ideas. She's a newer designer. Binding, I like the structure it gives for binding and how it kind of gets this ridge. Hi Janie, welcome. And yeah, Sewn Ideas is one of my, she's only got a couple patterns out. She's got like some beauty bags and everything, but this bag right now is my absolute favorite pattern I've ever made. My current favorite. See, I'm hugging it. And this isn't even my bag. This is going to one of my top customers named Julie. She has probably almost 20 of my bags. And she bought this one, so she'll be okay that I'm hugging it. I've never met her. But she's been buying my bags since I first started, so she's definitely seen me grow. And she used to have Coach bags, and now she just got Brandy bags, so I love her to death. Other favorite designers currently, I have my Canadian designers. I have Aura Rosa's Canadian. Designs is Creations. Designs. Oh my goodness. See, I get mind blanks when I'm live. She's Canadian. It's Tara. I'm going to be doing a couple of her tutorials for her. The Keanu backpack is one of them. Needle and anchor. This, if you can see, this pink and gray bag, that's a needle and anchor bag. That is the that's the driftwood bag. Loved making that one. But I'm also going to be doing a tutorial on her Liberty and her Rio bags. That's coming up in December. So yours patterns, that's what that yellow bag is, right? These are all my customer bags. I'm trying to point to them. Which direction am I going? That is a martini bag. Blue Cala, she's a new wallet. Is Blue Cala is also, oh, speaking of Blue Cala, Canadian. She has given me, okay, Celine doesn't always give permission for people to do her tutorials. I know she's let Kasaya do the Clover convertible bag. That's a hard bag. I'm not gonna lie. I've made a couple. I would never do a tutorial on it. It scares the crap out of me. But Celine has got, with Blue Cala, is letting me do a tutorial on the stone crop satchel. So I have a customer that ordered the stone crop satchel in December, and I'm going to do a tutorial for that one. It'll be my first Blue Cala tutorial. I'm super excited to do that one because I do love Blue Cala. My favorite Blue Cala bag is actually the Aster bag. I have one. It was one of my very first bags I made. I made one on my brother, or one on my Elna and one on my Juki. So yeah, I have the stone crop satchel coming up in December. So super excited. And I used to do primarily Shambhala bags, but right now I said I'm working with so many. It's whoever gets to me first is what I'm doing. I haven't made the sweet pea saddle bag yet. I've made like the juniper. I've made, I don't remember. Anyways, my phone is to 10%. I'm getting ready to tackle the bowler bag. Which one? Which bag would I recommend for a beginner? You know, Melissa, my very first bag that I made was the Baker Street bag by So Sweetness, and I would 100% recommend making that one as your first bag. It will give you the confidence. Yeah, definitely. Try the Baker Street bag. It is a great way to learn the basics of a bag, and it's completely domestic machine friendly. And it's free. I forgot it's free. It was my first So Sweetness pattern. The Baker Street bag was my first. And my second bag I ever made was the Hobo bag by So Sweetness. I used to only make So Sweetness bags because her classes are so great on her channel. And the bags are just so incredibly beginner friendly. And you get something that doesn't look so beginner. It's definitely 100% recommend that as first bags. Anyways, guys, my phone keeps coming up. You probably keep seeing me go like this because I keep getting the thing that is running out of battery. I'm down to 8% now. So yeah, so this second part of the video ended up as long as the first part. So if you missed the first part of the video before I got cut off, which was the demonstration of my Juki with these amazing vinyls from Galaxy Customs, testing it on my domestic machine, it did pretty good. Yeah, and watch, if you're on Pacific time, 9 p.m. Pacific time, I have that tutorial coming out on my domestic machine for the new Sew Yours pattern. So yeah, make sure you watch for that and get that pattern. I wish I could tell you what it was, but I can't. There's only sneak peeks out there right now. And then I do have another tutorial coming up as soon as she gives me the go-ahead to make it go live, and you will not want to miss that one. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say which designer it is. So again, you can see it right here. You just see the black bottom of it. That's not giving away too much. So, and it's, trust me, it's worth it. It's amazing and different than anything you have ever seen out there. So yes, thank you. If you have any other questions, you can shoot me an email. I'll put that all down in the description. I'll put down in the description a link to Galaxy Custom Vinyls. Keep an eye on her website. She's getting in like 38 colors. It's going to be amazing. Amazing. I'm poor. I already feel my money going away. Yeah, and Melissa, definitely, I think I have over 121 videos here, and most of them are tutorials, so make sure you check them out. All right, everybody, I am going to go before my phone kicks me off and completely dies. So yes, thank you so much for tuning into this live. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Help me get to 6,000 by the end of the month. And yeah, I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.